I'm going to teach you exactly how to grow your shoulders if you just give me around 10 minutes of your time. Growing your shoulders is as easy as just 3 things. Your front delt, your side delt, and your rear delt, because your shoulder is made up of 3 muscles. Again, front delt, side delt, and rear delt. There's a whole bunch of other things you can go into, but if you really want to truly grow your shoulders simply and quickly, just like how I did, then just follow the advice that I'm about to give you. And I'm going to break it down so simply for you that even a beginner baby can understand how to grow their shoulders. Okay, so firstly, obviously you know why you want to grow your shoulders. If you don't have big shoulders, most people are going to say you have a bad physique, because your shoulders is what gives you that kind of V-taper look to your physique, and if you don't have that, your physique overall is going to look trash. Now the main thing that's going to give you that V-taper is the side delt, which, oh my gosh. Anyways, is the side delt, which we're going to go into on how to grow. But firstly, we're going to get started with the front delt. A lot of people neglect their front delt because they're told they get enough stimulus or whatever from their bench press, from their dumbbell presses, from any of their pressing movements that they work their chest on. And although that is slightly true, I think you should still train your front delt every now and then, just so that it doesn't lack in your physique. Now, my favorite exercises for training my front delt is a mixture of compound and isolation movement. It's going to be a dumbbell shoulder press. And now, how you've seen a lot of bodybuilders do this is when they do this, their arms are fully 90 degrees out to the side. You don't want to do it like that because you think that you're training your whole shoulder. If you do this exercise with the thought in mind that you're specifically training your front delt, how you're going to do it is you're going to bring your elbows slightly forward and you're going to be making sure that you're pressing just for that front delt. Obviously, other parts of your shoulder are going to get stimulated as well, but we want to focus on the front delt. Set your bench slightly backwards as well. A lot of people are going to say, oh, that's going to give you more strength or whatnot. Yes, it will, but it will also make you target the front delt a lot more. So set your bench backwards. I don't know how many degrees that is, but set your bench backwards a little bit and then do the shoulder presses. And I'm going to tell you the sets and reps that you want to do this for as well. So for compound movements, you want to go a little bit heavier than the rest. So for a dumbbell shoulder press, for example, you're going to do around 3 to 4 sets. Every exercise, a minimum of 2 sets need to be to failure. Minimum 2 sets. If you want to do 3 sets, that's also fine. But when you start doing 4 sets to failure, that's when you're doing too much. So a minimum of 2 sets per exercise till failure, and you will see results with it. So dumbbell shoulder press, 4 sets, 2 sets to failure, 2 warm-up sets, progressively increasing the weight every set. And you want to do it for around 6 to 10 reps. If you're a complete beginner, I'd recommend doing around 10 to 15 reps. But if you've been in the gym for maybe 3 months or so, 3 months plus, then I would say 6 to 10 reps is a sweet spot for that. The next exercise we're going to do now is front delt raises. And it's not going to be with a dumbbell. It's actually going to be with a cable. So cable front delt raises. A lot of people do it with the dumbbell, and I just don't think you get a lot of control from that. And you're just mainly going to feel your traps when you're swinging a dumbbell forward like that. I just don't think it really works. So cable front raises. Now, how do you do this one? Very simple. All you're gonna do is you're gonna go to one of the cable machines, and there is not gonna be any attachment on this cable machine. You're just gonna grip it like this. You're going to stand in front. You know, it would be better if I filmed these, but I don't have time to film these right now. So bear with me for the explanation. You're going to stand in front of the machine with your hand behind your back like this, like completely behind your back, and you're gonna raise in front like that. Pretty simple. If you find that too complicated, another one that you can do, which is pretty much the same variation, is you want to get a tricep push down rope. So the cable that you usually use for tricep push downs, you want to get that, attach it, put it in between your legs, and you're going to be raising in front of you just like that. So to grow your front delt, you want a pressing movement, which is going to be your dumbbell shoulder press, and a raise, which is going to be your cable front raises. Moving on to the side delt now. This is the part that you want to make sure that you grow properly and you don't lack. If you grow your front delt and you grow your rear delt, but your side delt doesn't grow, you're gonna give your shoulders a blocky look where it's big on the front, big on the back, and the side of it is just flat. We want that part to be pushed out as much as we can. So, the first exercise, you know what I'm gonna say, everyone says this, is lateral raises. Dumbbell lateral raises, cable lateral raises, it's up to you. I personally prefer dumbbell lateral raises. It's a personal preference. But if you want to do cable lateral raises, you can also do that. I just don't think you can go as heavy and progressively overload on cable lateral raises as you can with dumbbells. Now, the problem that a lot of people have when they do lateral raises is they feel their traps because they're kind of just swinging. So they're just swinging so much. Drop the weight down to something that you know you can do with controlled form. So grab the dumbbells and raise them to the side without having to swing your whole body back and forth, back and forth. You want to lean slightly forward as well, so that you make sure you're targeting the side delt instead of kind of standing up straight like that. Because as you can see, I'm using my traps right now, not my delts. So that's dumbbell lateral raises. The second one is going to be cable lateral raises. Pretty much the same thing. I don't have to go into depth for this one. Cable lateral raises, you're doing these single arm. So that is some terrible handwriting. Anyway, cable lateral raises, you're going to be doing these one hand at a time. You can do these cross body behind your back, but that's more of an advanced exercise. I wouldn't recommend it if you're a beginner, and I'm guessing you're a beginner watching this video. So cable lateral raises, you're going to attach it to kind of waist height, grab a D handle, and you're going to be raising it just like you raise a dumbbell right to the side. Again, cable lateral raises are even worse for this because you need a very, very light weight for this. So choose a light weight that you can control and raise it right up to the side. Front delt, side delt, done. Rear delt now. You get a lot of activation when you're training your back, when you're doing pull-ups, rows, all that kind of stuff. Your rear delt gets a lot of activation, but it's never enough if you truly want to grow your rear delt and you want them to pop on your back. So the first exercise you're going to be doing is rear delt flies on a machine. So reverse pec deck flies. Most gyms should have this. If it doesn't, then you might need to change gyms. Reverse pec deck. And this is pretty simple. How you usually do the pec deck, you're going to lay forward on the pec deck machine instead, so your chest is on the pec deck machine, and make sure your arms are fully extended out. Remember, this is a fly. This is not like a row, it's a fly. So fully extend your arms out. And an analogy that I like to use for the second one as well as this first one is, imagine that there is a pile of money on the table in front of you, and whatever you sweep out, you get to keep. You're gonna wanna keep a lot of that money, right? So extend your arms fully out and sweep out as much of that as you can. And even doing that just now, I felt my rear delt. You can do it, try it as you watch this. Put your arms, fully extend your arms out and literally go all the way out until you can't go no more. And you're gonna feel your rear delt. Now imagine if you did that with resistance and progressive overload, your rear delts are gonna go crazy, they're gonna be popping. So that's the reverse pec deck. The second one is going to be rear delt flies with a cable. So cable, rear delt flies. Now this is pretty similar. All you're going to do is you're going to go to a cable machine and you're going to set the two handles at around shoulder height, a little bit higher. It depends on how tall you are or like how your body kind of functions. It doesn't really matter. You can put it a little bit higher or a tiny bit lower. Either way, it should be in around shoulder alignment with you. You're going to grab one of the D handles opposite to, so if your right hand, you're going to grab the left D handle. Your left hand is going to grab the right D handle. And again, it's the same thing, the same analogy. Imagine there's a pile of money in front of you, and what you sweep out, you get to keep. So your arms are going to be like this, and you're going to fully extend your arms all the way out. And if you want to take it there as well, make it a drop set. The pump, the burn that you're going to feel on your rear delts is crazy. And the first time that I actually done this exercise, I woke up and my rear delts were sore for like 2, maybe 3 days or so. So your rear delts will be sore the first time you try it. I personally prefer the cable rear delt flies over the reverse pec deck flies. So in terms of actually training your shoulders, these are pretty much the only exercises I would really ever recommend for my clients. And they've seen results just sticking to the basics. I've only done 2 exercises per each one because I just want to give you a bit more variety. But the only one that you actually really need 2 exercises for is probably front delt. Side delt and rear delt, you only need 1 exercise for. So, like I said, in terms of training them, this is all you need. The extra stuff now, progressive overload and frequency. Let's start with frequency. How many times a week should you be training your shoulders? You need to choose the right split that's going to train your shoulders a minimum of 2 to 3 times a week. So, for any muscle group, you should be training it twice a week for maximum results. Shoulders take around 48 hours to recover, so you should be training it around 3 times a week if you want maximum results. Now a split that I follow that you should follow as well, let me write this down for you, is push, so we train our shoulders once, pull, we train our rear delts once, legs and shoulders all the way, we train our shoulders twice now. And then it's going to be X Arnold now, so X Arnold. And Arnold, for those that don't know, is chest and back, arms and shoulders, and then legs. So for this split, this is how many times we train our shoulders. 1, we'll make that 1 as well. Let's just say 1, 2, 3. So in this, that was a very bad explanation. In this week of training, we train our shoulders 3 times. And if you're able to consistently train your shoulders 3 times a week, consistently, you will see results. So that's for frequency. Training, I didn't actually give you sets and reps for these ones. I apologize, but pretty simple. Lateral raises, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Reverse pec deck, 3 sets of 10 to 15 reps. Again, with isolation exercises like these ones, you want to go a bit of a higher volume. You don't really want to go heavy with lateral raises. I don't see why you would do that. They feel so much better when you go lighter as well. Anyways, back to what I was saying. 3 times a week for optimal results. Frequency. Now, progressive overload, I mentioned this in pretty much all my videos, but you basically need to try and increase the amount of weight or increase the amount of reps that you do for every single exercise, for every single muscle group, not just your shoulders. This is extra stuff now that's not directly linked to your shoulders. Yeah, every time you go to a session, make sure you're writing down on your phone how many reps you got last session, how much weight you lifted last session, and try to beat that. That's it. That's literally all I've done to grow my shoulders. Obviously, if you're skinny, go on a calorie surplus. If you're overweight, go on a calorie deficit. If you're skinny fat, stay at maintenance calories. All that stuff is extra. You can watch all my previous videos for that. But this is all you need. Any other video that says do some, I don't know, some upside down laying, reverse side that lateral delt raise or something like that, it's lying. You literally need 3 exercises and that's it. And yeah, that's everything, guys. A very short video today. You don't need, I could long this video out to get more views or whatever, to make it look like I'm giving you more information, but this is all you need. Thank you for watching the video, guys. Check out my program in the link in the description. It's called the GAINZ Protocol. It's 100 pages of pure knowledge from my own personal experience of training, diet routines, training routines, multiple diets, multiple different training routines. I've got a hybrid training plan in there. I've got a muscle building training plan in there, bulking diets, cutting diets, 5 additional bonuses as well. So we've got home workouts, core routines, etc. And it's very cheap as well. Go have a look at it for yourself. I'm not trying to sell you it. I am trying to sell you it. But have a look at it for yourself and see if it's a fit for you. If it's not, there's a free diet plan in the description as well. Otherwise, fill out my one-to-one coaching application if you're serious about getting into shape this year. I'll see you guys in the next video.